My name is Diana Audi. I'm a senior instructor at the American University of Sharjah in UAE. I will be today sharing with you my experience about using different technologies during the pandemic. As you know, when the pandemic started, we were forced to move to many new technologies to be able to teach our students online and to test them and do exams. So we're searching like for any possible way to improve our teaching and to make the classes more interactive with our students. In my presentation today, I'll be talking about Padlets. I have used Padlets during my teaching and Mentimeter, and also I have used my Poll Everywhere, but today I will not talk about it. Maybe in another presentation I will talk about it. Actually, these three technological device apps help me a lot in teaching mathematics, especially in teaching Math 104, which is an advanced course, Calculus 2 for my students. It's considered one of the hard courses for the students. Yeah, it's a graduate course at my university where I teach. So I'll discuss Padlets and Mentimeter. And I actually, after I used them in my classes, I did a survey and I compared the class exams averages before and after. So I will share with you my results and students' acceptance to these devices. Problem the computer. So let's start with Padlets. Let's talk. I'll try to be as fast as possible because I have 15 minutes. In my research, I have used a special theoretical frame called Technology Acceptance Model. It's a special frame to test students' acceptance to these technologies that I have used it. And there are actually many other surveys and many other frameworks I use to test the use of technology. For an example, there is theory of planned behavior. It has been used since 1975. And there is a unified theory of acceptance and use of technology and innovation diffusion theory since 1995. But I use the technology acceptance model and I customized it actually because TAM, we call it TAM actually, it's technology acceptance model, was used to test the use of technology in general, not only for teaching math or teaching in particular chemistry, for an example. so it has been used to, but I customized it. I used these questions and I twisted them little to do the survey with my students and see the use of Padlets and these technology on my students. All right, so I'll talk a little bit about this TAM. What are the things that I have tested in TAM? But wait, I have to click here. Okay, so how did I use this technology acceptance model? So in this technology acceptance model, it studies 4 items. One of them is perceived usefulness. So I made a study. Do students feel these technologies that I have used are useful? So there are 4 questions that I worked on them to study whether students feel these technologies are useful. And another item this model studies, do students feel that these technologies are easy to use? And this is a very important thing because we find many technologies, but would the students feel it's easy or complicated? Wow, I want, like, for example, I tried before other systems, but my students found them like it's very hard, miss, and every time an error is coming. And so that was one of the issues that I have studied them through 5 items. The easiness of use. So how do students feel about it? And the attitude. So do students like it? Do they feel it's pleasant? Is it nice? Is it something they enjoy where they're doing it? And the last important thing that this survey studies is the behavior and intention. So are students planning to use it in the future? So if they take another course, would they ask the teacher, should we use this technology in studying the course or no? So these are the things I studied, and I did a survey about it using, as I said, the TAM technology acceptance model. But let me talk about these technologies that I used them before I talk about the results of my study. So I explained this. I need to move on. Okay, Padlets. What is this technology? Padlet is just a website. You go create your course. And once you create your course, you will see something like a board. A board you can hang, as I always say, it's like a wall, but it's just a board you can hang everything on it. So what can you hang on it? The special thing about Padlet, you can upload a video from any website. You can upload a video from YouTube. You can upload the students' notes. You can record a video and post it. You can upload a voice message, and students can upload notes, and they can upload the questions, and I answer them. So that was like a chat, me and the students together, and very interactive. And the good thing about a student, like while he is studying a question, maybe he finds a very interesting question about series, about integration. So he puts that question and says, guys, I don't know how to solve this question. Can you help me? And then students start chatting. Why don't you use this method? Why don't you use this method? Some are sending voice messages on that Padlet. Some students are recording a video in 5 minutes video. Look what I did, and explain it. I see all of this. Then I interfere at night. I used to like open my Padlet every night, and I see what the students writing, and then I comment, this is correct, no. And it shows me how students are thinking. And especially this Padlet becomes very interactive when the night of the quiz. So whenever I have a quiz, my Padlet, like many things, and all students. And what I really enjoy about it, I have like in each class, I have 5 students who are star students. They keep on searching for hard questions. And they come to me to my office hours, they discuss it with me. And after I explain it to them, they go and so put the question with the solution and all the explanation that I told them on there. So I'm not only helping these star students, these good students are helping their friends again. So, and the very most important thing about Padlet, it stays not only for 1 semester. I'm teaching this course. It stays from 1 semester to another. We build it. So only add to it. So anytime a student registers for the course, he will see it. So that's the special thing about Padlet. So it's an interactive website. Just what do I give the students? Just I give them the website, and they enter and hang. They can open it from their phones. They can open it through computers. It's very easy. And the special thing, they can write. They can use the cursor, or they have their iPad. They can write and post solutions. So that was one of the items that I used it while teaching difficult courses. And students actually really enjoyed it a lot. And I have also used another item. It's called mentimeter. So this is, before I move on, I will show you just a little bit how does the Padlet look like. So just I give them the website. They see it when they first open it, they see like this. They click here, it takes them to the course. And here you can post it like what you like, as you like columns, like rows. I make columns for lecture videos, make columns for class notes. I post here questions by students, here extra examples, as much as you want columns you put, and videos. You can, and you just, when you click on this plus sign, it shows you what you want to upload, a video or record a voice message or a screen recorder. It easily you can do it. It's very friendly, usable. Just you go to www.padlet.com. I'm still using the free version, actually. The second thing that I used it after Padlet, or actually with Padlet, so here, when you click on the plus button, it shows you these all options: upload a video, record your screen, or upload a message, or any file, or from YouTube, any link you want to do it. Just you click on it, you do it, and then you say upload. It's very friendly to be used. The website for my course here, I used to put the website because if you have time, I used to enter to it and discuss what I did. But actually, since I don't have much time, just you can go to padlet.com and create your course. My course was called Padlet, and I called it Math 104 because my course, Math Calculus 2, Math 104. Let me go now to Mentimeter. Mentimeter, I used it. Just a moment, guys. Yeah, Mentimeter, I used to use it whenever I want to teach a new topic. So I ask, for example, students about function. I tell them, what do you think of a function? And I let my students write it by one sentence, one word, or you can answer more than one time. But each answer, I prefer to make it one word. So the more the students will answer, and it will make like what, guys? Like a cloud. The answer which is answered more frequently, it will become what? Grow bigger. So students are very happy. Their answer is good. The guys who answered, for example, it's an equation. So more students are answered, it's an equation. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's more fun. And for me, I think I learn how students think about a function. It's not clear for them what it's a function. Then I go and give them the correct definition and say, no, you shouldn't think in this way. You should think in that way. So I usually like to use this Mentimeter just as when I define a new concept for my students to make sure how do they think of it. And it was fun in class. It made the class more interactive when they see it's like a cloud. The answer that they answered it more got bigger and bigger. So like for an example, I asked my here I prepared a question: which interactive tools do you think are more helpful to teach our students? So some of them asked, these are the answers. So you see majority answered it's interactive. So just for to test it on students. So you see when something is answered more frequently, it gets bigger and bigger. And the way it gives color, that was more interesting for the students. So Mentimeter, actually, it was nice. It was like just collecting the data and making it like a cloud. Here, when I asked my students about a sequence, so I got many answers. You can see how small are these answers. That means not, but pattern, it got very big. So it seems all my students think of a sequence as a pattern. And I was expecting to see the answer a function, but unfortunately function, only few of them answered. You see function very small. And sequence is actually a function where we put conditions on the domain. So that gave me many ideas about how to teach and make the students interested to accept that new concept. Because they answered it wrong. Oh, okay. Then what do you think, Miss, it is? Why it's not like a pattern? Tell us now. They're interested to listen to the new definition. And the website for Mentimeter was www.menti.com. You can go there and put any question and give it to the students. The link. Let me go to my results. I have checked after using these two technologies, I checked my students' exam results, exam 1, in the semester where I did not use these two technologies, and the semester after I used these technologies. So when I did not use these two technologies, the average of the exam was 56%. And when I used it, the average of the exam was raised to 65%. So that gave me an idea that it was helpful. And at the end, as I said, I did that survey, that TAM, the framework that technology acceptance model, and that tests 4 things: easiness, usefulness, are they willing to use it again? Do they think is whether it's pleasant or no. And I get these results from my students. These are the questions I prepared a survey of 20 questions, and here are the results about my survey. So for the easy of use, let me start from the result one. So for do students perceived usefulness? Do they feel that it's easy? So the majority, the yellow and the blue, which is agree and stronger agree, as you see, it's what? Higher and higher. And students who don't agree that it's useful, you see it's very low. And is it easy of use? Is the use of it easy? Again, you see the majority answered yes, it's very easy to use these two apps. And their attitude, do they like it? Is it pleasant? You see again, the blue and the yellow agree and strongly agree. And the last one, and the last one, are students intending to use it in the future? Again, yes, they were intending to use it in the future. And that was the result of my TAM. I summarize it here in what a bar. How many students agreed that they want to use it in the future? 61% of my students. How many students said it's pleasant? 72%. How many students said it's easy to use? 88%. And is it useful? 79% approved it's useful. That was my experience with teaching math calculus 2 using these two technologies, and I feel it helped me, and I will do more. I'll look next time hopefully for more technologies to use it while teaching my courses and share it with you, inshallah, if I meet you again in the next ISMS 2023. Thank you so much.